Spending 2 years locked in your room is f***ing tough. Barely socializing with people and just kind of getting lost in your own head is a tough thing to go through. I've kind of been going through this since I was a little kid, to be honest. You know, I would just kind of lock myself in my room and make videos or practice magic tricks. I'm a magician, if you didn't know that. Watch the pen, and it's gone. Where'd it go? But moving back home, I've realized how far I've fallen in terms of social interaction. I live with my grandparents right now. They've been taking me out to a lot of dinner parties. I've always been the person who's interested in deep talks. I mean, that's what this channel has turned into, is just kind of like existential dread on steroids. But that's the things I genuinely like to talk about. And if you cracked a beer with me, you know, emo-ness is kind of where my brain goes. So I apologize if we ever meet. Either way, going to these parties, it's been a big struggle. I still hate small talk, but I've found a way to get around it. I went to a gala not too long ago. That's where rich people go to circle jerk each other. Lots of schmoozing goes on in a gala. I remember there was this casting director that everybody was trying to get their children to get some FaceTime in with the casting director. I just hate that. And so I just went to the bar. I struck up a conversation with a random person, and that was kind of my inkling of, oh yeah, I'm not completely a social disaster. Just a little bit. And I would like to pass on my findings in case anybody else is having trouble like connecting with people after being locked inside their room due to COVID or just introvertedness in general. This is how to talk to people and keep the conversation flowing. Here's the thing, okay? Step number 1, introduce yourself. That always helps. Just walk up to a random person and start talking to them. I guess step 1 is really get out of your own head. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of self-loathing going on up in here. It's a lot of, oh, that person's gonna think you're weird. Are they gonna notice your ADD? Are they gonna judge you because you're not neurotypical or whatever? And that doesn't help a conversation flow. When you're trapped in your head, that's just like a dead end for any conversation. So that's like my first piece of advice, is to stop overthinking. Just go for it. Just go introduce yourself. Okay, so now that you've gone up and talked to a person, you need to understand the concept of what I like to call conversation tennis. You say something, they say something back. You say something, they say something back. I mean, that's like a conversation. It's really easy to have conversations if you treat it like a game, for me anyways. The other way you can describe this as, in not such convoluted terms, is be interested in the person. When they say things, ask them questions. Conversation tennis could be like, what do you do for work? Oh, what's that like? And then try to relate yourself to them, like, oh, I'm a magician, and I completely relate to that. And if you can intertwine your interests, right, you kind of almost have to plant seeds into the conversation so they ask you about something. Introduce yourself to somebody, try playing conversation tennis, turn it into a game, try to figure out as much about that person as you can, which means be interested in them. I found it helpful to be honest when I'm talking to somebody. Sometimes I'll say, you know what, I hate small talk. I don't know about you. And a lot of the times you'll actually hear that most people also hate small talk. I think we can mostly agree that small talk is the worst. Okay? We're always doing the same conversations during small talk. So try to find your unique perspective, especially if you hate small talk and somebody else hates small talk. That's like a match made in heaven. Okay? You can really go and just start talking about anything unless it's like anti-vaxxing. Okay, don't talk about that. The lesson is you're not alone in feeling like you can't talk to people, especially after the pandemic. I feel like a lot of people have forgotten how to be social, including myself. Here are a few hacks. Here's some life tips, hacks, 5-minute craft hacks for your conversations right now. Find somebody who dresses outrageous. I bet you if you talk to them, they will talk your ear off and keep you entertained for the whole night. Shout out to a guy I met. I forgot his name, but he was an investigative reporter. He told me some great stories, and I don't even have to say a thing. Some people just love to hear the sound of their own voice, like me right now. I'm listening to my own voice as I record. I would be a great person on a good day to talk to at a party. Indulge yourself. I'll admit this, I'm a shit stirrer. It's not my proudest thing, but sometimes these dinner parties are so boring. Like this beautiful older woman, she's probably like 87, but she looked 25. You know what I mean? I'm a charmer. What can I say? She was talking about politics, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta hop on this. Not play devil's advocate because I believed what I was talking about, but she just said something, and I was like, that is a terrible opinion. I'm gonna tell you my opinion about that opinion. And then that's how that conversation went. And then she like kissed me on the cheek later that night. She was like, you are a smart young man. Sometimes you just gotta be yourself. Talk about indulge yourself. Indulge yourself. That's another hack for you. Another tip is to stick around somebody you know. I stick around my grandparents or like grandparents' friends or like the children of the other older people. And then I try to hang out with them as long as possible until they're like, all right, I need somebody else to talk to. You're fucking weird, dude. The last hack I will say is my favorite hack when I can't figure out how to conversate in a place. I don't know why I'm flipping my hair like this, like Justin Bieber. Anyways, my favorite thing to do is what I'm about to do right now is get out of here. Is just leave. Sometimes you just need to get the hell out of there and hang out with yourself and do nothing or write a novel. That's what I'm doing. I would really appreciate it if you go into the description and check out Fabu Stories. I'm working on my first graphic novel called Distinct Clones. I'm really excited about it. The first chapter is up and it's free. And if you have any tips for other people about how to have conversations, leave it in the comment section down below. If you got any other questions, comment down below. I will love to help you out if I can. I'm just like Oprah in this bitch, just giving advice out to the universe. If you're wondering, this is not a backpack. No. This is a posture corrector because my posture is absolutely shit from writing these novels all day. Hopefully, that leaves you with enough information on how I've been surviving because it has been very tiresome going out socializing when you haven't socialized in a long time. It's very exhausting, but I am sure that you can do it. You can do anything. All you need is a little bit of motivation and get out of your head because you can truly do anything that you put your mind to.